You've waited long enough. Now, become who you should be. There is a clock ticking. You've felt it, haven't you? Not the one on the wall, a relentless arbiter of seconds and minutes, but a deeper, more profound rhythm. It's the metronome of your own potential. A silent, persistent beat in the hollow of your chest. A pulse of who you were meant to be. For too long, you have allowed its rhythm to be drowned out by the noise of the world, the static of doubt, the chorus of critics, the deafening roar of your own fear. You have stood on the shore of your own life, watching the tides of opportunity ebb and flow, convinced that your ship has not yet come in. But the truth, the raw and undeniable truth that settles in your bones in the quiet hours of the night, is that you are the ship. You are the captain. And the sea of destiny waits for no one. You've waited. Oh, how you've waited. For permission. For the perfect moment. For a sign from the heavens. Or a map drawn by another's hand. You have collected alibis and justifications, polished them until they gleam like trophies of inaction. You tell yourself, the time isn't right. You whisper, I'm not ready. You reason, the world is against me. These are the lullabies of mediocrity, the soothing anthems of the spectator. But the giants of history, the architects of empires, the titans who carved their will into the very bedrock of civilization, they sang a different song. They understood a fundamental immutable law of the universe. The world does not yield to those who wait. It surrenders to those who act. What is this force that separates the titan from the timid? It is not birthright. It is not luck. It is not a gift bestowed by capricious gods. It is something far more primal, far more potent. It is a decision made in the silent chambers of the heart, a decree issued from the throne of a sovereign mind. It is the moment a human being looks into the mirror not at the face they have been given, but at the soul staring back, and declares with a conviction that shakes their very foundation, enough. Enough of the quiet desperation. Enough of the deferred dreams. Enough of the phantom chains that have bound you to a life that is a mere shadow of the one you were destined to live. This is not a gentle awakening. It is a violent, earth-shattering cataclysm of the soul. It is the moment the slumbering giant within you is shaken from its rest, not by a whisper, but by a roar. Think of the raw, untamed power of a river. For miles, it may meander a gentle current, carving a predictable path. But when its course is obstructed, when the pressure builds, it does not simply stop. It gathers its strength, its waters rising, churning, until it becomes an unstoppable torrent, smashing through dams, carving new canyons, reshaping the very landscape. Within you lies that same power. Your doubts, your fears, your past failures, these are the dams you have allowed to be constructed in the river of your life. Today is the day you become the flood. The philosophy that forged the modern world. The secret that men like Carnegie Ford and Edison harnessed to bend reality to their will was not born in the lecture halls of academia or the gilded boardrooms of finance. It was forged in the crucible of the human mind. It begins with the realization that your thoughts, your dominant, burning, all-consuming thoughts are not idle phantoms. They are things. They are living, breathing forces of creative energy. They are the architects of your reality. The unseen hand that sculpts the clay of circumstance. Look around you. Everything that you see, every towering skyscraper, every bridge that spans the impossible, every technological marvel that connects the globe first existed as an idea. An intangible flicker in the mind of a single individual, a thought, a belief, a burning obsession that refused to be extinguished. The world you inhabit is a testament to the power of thought made manifest. And the world you will inhabit tomorrow is being constructed by the thoughts you are choosing to hold today. This is the great, terrifying, and liberating secret. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of them. Your mind is a broadcasting station, and the thoughts you entertain are the signals you send out into the universe. What frequency are you broadcasting on? The frequency of fear, of lack of limitation, or the frequency of faith, of abundance, of unshakable power? The universe does not judge. It does not play favorites. It simply responds. It reflects back to you the dominant nature of your own thinking. To change your life, you must first change your mind. Not superficially. Not by chanting hollow affirmations while your soul screams in protest. You must go deeper. You must perform surgery on your own consciousness. You must identify the limiting beliefs that have taken root like poison ivy, choking the life from your ambitions, and you must rip them out. Every "I can't." Every "I'm not good enough." Every "it's impossible." These are not your thoughts. They are echoes from your past, whispers from a world that profits from your conformity. They are the ghosts of other people's opinions, and you have mistaken them for your own. The man who believes he can, and the man who believes he can't, are both right. This isn't just a clever aphorism. It is a law of physics for the soul. Belief is the activating agent. It is the spark that ignites the gunpowder of your potential. Without it, you are a cannon loaded with immense power, but no means of firing. With it, you are an unstoppable force. A belief is not a hope. It is not a wish. A belief is a conviction that has been burned into the subconscious mind until it becomes an unquestionable truth. It is a knowing so profound that it alters your perception, dictates your actions, and commands the cooperation of the universe. How did a deaf boy selling newspapers on a train become Thomas Edison, the Wizard of Menlo Park, holding over 1,000 patents to his name? It was not because he could hear the world. It was because he could hear the symphony of possibility in his own mind. He was driven by a belief so powerful that it transmuted his physical limitation into a source of focused, uninterrupted concentration. While others were distracted by the noise, he was communing with the silence, pulling ideas from the ether as if they were apples from a tree. He failed by his own account 10,000 times before perfecting the incandescent light bulb. But he never saw them as failures. He saw them as 10,000 steps on the path to inevitable success. Each failure was simply the elimination of a path that did not work, bringing him one step closer to the one that would. That is the power of a belief that has become an obsession. It does not recognize failure. It only recognizes feedback. This is where the journey truly begins. Not in the world outside, but in the untamed wilderness of your own inner world. You must become the master of this domain. You must stand guard at the gateway of your mind and allow only those thoughts that are in harmony with the life you intend to create. This requires a level of vigilance, a discipline of thought that most people are unwilling to cultivate. It is easier to let the mind drift, to let it be filled with the flotsam and jetsam of the daily news, the endless scroll, the opinions of the crowd. But the mind left to its own devices will inevitably drift towards the negative, towards the path of least resistance. To build a skyscraper, every beam must be intentionally placed. To build a life of greatness, every thought must be intentionally chosen. You are the architect. Choose your materials wisely. The raw material of all achievement is thought, and the tool you use to shape it is belief. What grand cathedral of a life are you prepared to build? Or will you settle for a shack, built from the debris of doubt and fear? The choice, as always, rests with you. You've waited long enough. The blueprints are within you. It is time to begin the work. From this furnace of belief, a new power must be forged. Clarity, a vague desire, is a mere puff of smoke dissipating into the ether. A burning obsession crystallized into a definite chief aim is a laser beam that can cut through steel. The universe cannot deliver a blurry order. It responds to precision. What is it that you want? Not what you think you should want. Not what your parents or your peers expect of you. What is the one great thing, the magnificent obsession that sets your soul on fire? You must define it. You must write it down. You must etch it into the walls of your mind until it is the first thing you see in the morning and the last thing you see at night. This is not a mere to-do list. It is a declaration of war on mediocrity. It is your personal constitution, the North Star by which you will navigate the storms of life. A man with a definite purpose is a force of nature. He walks with a different stride. He speaks with a different authority. Obstacles that would halt others become mere stepping stones for him because his destination is clear. He does not have time for detours into doubt or excursions into despair. His eyes are fixed on the prize. Think of Andrew Carnegie, a poor Scottish immigrant who arrived in America with nothing but the clothes on his back, and a mind ablaze with a definite purpose to build an empire of steel. He didn't just hope to be successful, he decided to be. He focused the entire force of his being on that one single aim. He attracted the talent, the resources, and the opportunities he needed not through magic, but through the magnetic power of his own clarity. His definiteness of purpose acted like a gravitational field, pulling everything required for its realization into its orbit. The world is filled with brilliant, talented people who accomplish nothing. They drift through life like ships without rudders, at the mercy of every current of opinion and every gust of circumstance. Their minds are workshops of magnificent ideas, but they lack the one crucial element, a definite plan of action born from a definite purpose. They are the someday people. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll get in shape. But someday is a phantom island on the map of time, a destination that is never reached. Your purpose must be translated into a vision. A vision so vivid, so emotionally charged, that it feels more real than your present reality. You must see it, feel it, taste it. You must walk through the halls of your future success in the theater of your mind. See the details. Feel the leather of the chair in your new office. Hear the applause for your achievements. Feel the pride of looking at what you have built. This is not daydreaming. This is rehearsal. You are conditioning your subconscious mind to accept this new reality. You are creating the emotional fuel that will power you through the inevitable hardships. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined. By repeatedly feeding it the vision of your success, you are programming it for achievement. You are creating a state of expectancy, a deep-seated belief that your success is not just possible, but inevitable. This is the secret of the law of attraction that is so often misunderstood. It is not about passively wishing for things. It is about becoming the person who is a vibrational match for the things you desire. It is about aligning your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions with the reality you intend to create. And this vision must be deeply connected to your purpose. Why do you want what you want? If your only answer is for the money or for the fame, your foundation is built on sand. Those are byproducts, not purposes. A true purpose runs deeper. It is about service. It is about contribution. It is about leaving the world a little better than you found it. Henry Ford didn't just want to build cars. He wanted to put the world on wheels, to give the common man the freedom to travel. Walt Disney didn't just want to make cartoons. He wanted to create a place where families could experience joy and wonder together. Their purpose was larger than themselves, and it was this transcendent purpose that gave them the strength to overcome ridicule, bankruptcy, and betrayal. Find your why. Your why is the anchor that will hold you steady when the storms of life try to tear you from your course. When your energy wanes, when your motivation falters, when the world tells you to quit, your why will be the voice that whispers, "Keep going. This is bigger than you." When your vision is clear and your purpose is deep, you become a conduit for a power far greater than your own. You stop being a person trying to achieve something, and you become the living embodiment of that achievement. You don't chase success, you radiate it. You don't seek opportunity, you become the opportunity. This is the point of transformation. This is where the dreamer dies and the creator is born. It requires you to shed the skin of your former self, to let go of the comfortable and the familiar. It is a lonely path at first. Your friends may not understand. Your family may worry. The world may call you a fool. Let them. The herd grazes in the valley of safety. The eagle soars alone in the peaks of ambition. You must choose your company not by proximity but by purpose. Surround yourself with those who fan your flames, not those who douse them with the water of their own doubt. Your journey from who you are to who you are becoming is sacred. Protect it fiercely. Guard your vision with your life, for in truth, it is your life. You've waited long enough. Now see who you are meant to be. The bridge between the vision in your mind and its manifestation in the material world is forged from two elements: discipline and action. Without these, your definite purpose is a hollow decree, and your vivid vision is a beautiful hallucination. They are the grit and the grind, the sweat and the sacrifice. They are the unglamorous, relentless, day-in day-out labor that transforms the ethereal into the tangible. Discipline is the master key. It is the ability to give yourself a command and then follow it. It is the internal authority that overrides the fleeting impulses of the moment in favor of the ultimate prize. Discipline is choosing the discomfort of effort over the ease of procrastination. It is waking up an hour earlier when your body screams for more sleep. It is making the sales call when you are paralyzed by the fear of rejection. It is refusing the junk food when your cravings are at their peak. It is doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has left you. Most people think of discipline as restriction, as a cage. This is a profound misunderstanding. Discipline is not a cage. It is the key that unlocks the cage of your own weaknesses. It is freedom. Freedom from your moods. Freedom from your fears. Freedom from the tyranny of your own impulsive nature. The undisciplined person is a slave to their appetites, a slave to their passions, a slave to the momentary whims that pull them off course. The disciplined person is a king ruling the kingdom of their own mind and directing their energies with absolute unwavering focus. Discipline must be married to persistent action. Not sporadic, half-hearted action, but consistent, relentless, intelligent action. The universe rewards motion. It favors the bold. The law of averages dictates that the more you do, the more you will succeed. The boxer who throws 1,000 punches in training is the one who lands the knockout blow in the ring. The writer who fills 1,000 pages with words is the one who produces the masterpiece. You cannot think your way to success. You must act your way to success. There will be days when your action feels fruitless. Days when you pour your entire being into the work and see no immediate return. These are the days that define you. These are the moments when the majority quit, when the weak turn back. This is where you must summon your resilience. This is where you must remember your why. This is where you must trust the process. Think of the stonecutter hammering away at his rock perhaps 100 times without so much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two, and he knows it was not that last blow that did it, but all that had gone before. Your daily actions are those hammer blows. Each one may seem insignificant on its own, but collectively, they are building a pressure that will eventually shatter the obstacles before you. This is the compound effect of consistent effort. It is the secret power that turns small, seemingly insignificant actions into monumental achievements over time. Do not be discouraged by the lack of immediate results. You are not planting a weed that shoots up overnight. You are planting a mighty oak. It takes time for the roots to take hold. But once they do, nothing will be able to stop its growth. And as you act, you must learn. Every action produces a result. It is your job to study those results with the dispassionate eye of a scientist. What worked? What didn't? What could be done better? The path to success is not a straight line. It is a series of feedback loops. Action. Feedback, adjustment, action. This is the rhythm of progress. The person who fears failure, who fears making a mistake, is a person who has shut themselves off from the very process of learning and growth. Failure is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is the universe providing you with invaluable data. It is showing you what not to do. Lincoln faced a series of devastating political and personal failures that would have crushed a lesser man. He was defeated in business, suffered a nervous breakdown, and lost 8 separate elections. But with each setback, he grew stronger, wiser, more resilient. He absorbed the lessons, integrated the feedback, and continued to press forward, his belief in his ultimate purpose unshaken. His failures were the very crucible that forged him into one of the greatest leaders in human history. Embrace your failures. Celebrate them. For each one is a badge of honor, a sign that you are in the arena, that you are daring greatly, that you are not content to live a life of timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. The only true failure is the failure to try. The only disgrace is the surrender of your dreams. As long as you are taking action, as long as you are learning, as long as you are moving forward, you cannot fail. You are either winning or you are learning. This relentless drive, this fusion of discipline and action, must be tempered by a spirit of gratitude. It may seem like a contradiction to be fiercely ambitious and deeply grateful at the same time, but they are two sides of the same coin. Gratitude is not a passive state of contentment. It is a powerful force multiplier. It is the practice of acknowledging the good that is already in your life, which tunes your mind to the frequency of abundance. When you exist in a state of gratitude, you repel desperation. You are no longer acting from a place of lack, but from a place of fullness. This energy is magnetic. People want to work with you, help you, and be around you. Gratitude keeps your perspective clear. It reminds you that no matter the challenges you face, you are already blessed. You have the gift of life. You have the power of thought. You have the ability to choose your response to any situation. These are not small things. They are everything. And finally, you must cultivate adaptability. The plan you create today will not be the exact plan that leads you to victory. The world is in constant flux. The market changes. Technologies evolve. New challenges and new opportunities will arise. The rigid mind, the one that is dogmatically attached to a single method, will be broken. The adaptable mind, like the bamboo in the wind, will bend and not break. Your definite chief aim, your purpose must be your anchor. But your methods for achieving it must be flexible. Be willing to pivot. Be willing to learn new skills. Be willing to discard an idea that is no longer serving you, no matter how much you have invested in it. Your loyalty is to the goal, not to the path. The river reaches the ocean by flowing around obstacles, not by trying to smash through them all. Be like the river. Be persistent in your destination, but flexible in your journey. This is the path. Mindset, belief, clarity, vision, purpose, discipline, action, gratitude, adaptability, learning, resilience. These are not just words. They are the rungs on the ladder of achievement. They are the principles upon which empires of every kind are built. They are available to you right now. The power to transform your life does not lie in some distant future. It is not held by some other person. It resides within you, a sleeping giant waiting for your command. You have listened to the whispers of your potential for long enough. You have felt the ache of a life half-lived. You have stood at the crossroads, paralyzed by indecision. Now is the time to choose. Now is the time to decide. Now is the time to stop waiting and start becoming. The world has enough spectators. It needs more architects. It needs you. Not the you that you have been, but the you that you were always meant to be. The person you see in your most audacious visions. The person whose existence will be a testament to the power of the human will. Look in the mirror. Look past the eyes and into the soul. The fire is there. It may be embers, but it is not extinguished. It is time to fan those embers into a roaring flame. It is time to declare to yourself and to the universe with a voice that trembles with conviction. My time is now. The waiting is over. The work begins. Become who you should be.